Okay. Cat says hello, obviously. Hey guys, I am doing a video review for you, tasting. It's been a while since my last one. This one's going straight to YouTube, and then I'm going to share that to Facebook. So you'll notice it's not live, it's not like my usual ones, because I'm going to be trying to put most of my content probably on YouTube from here on out. The cat might agree with me, maybe he doesn't. But, so this isn't a live video, it's a recorded video, and most of the other ones are going to be like that from here on out. Hopefully you can hear me fine. It's pretty late here in Ohio, so I've already taken my glasses off for the day, and it's pretty hot. It's pretty warm here in my living room. So I'm gonna be tasting and comparing the two new expressions for Jack Daniel's core line that just released recently. They just hit my local area, and they are the Jack Daniel's Bonded, which, if anybody doesn't know what bottled in bond means, it means it has to be distilled by a single distiller during a single season and matured in a government bonded warehouse for at least 4 years. So that's one of the things that they came out of prohibition with, which is the bottled in bond, and it's kind of a mark of status for some whiskeys to be labeled as bottled in bond, and also they also have to be 100 proof. So both of these are 100 proof. The Bonded says that it is a big, bold Tennessee whiskey with layered notes of caramel, rich oak, and spice, giving way to a pleasantly lingering finish. We'll see. I always wonder who they hired to write these things. The other is the Jack Daniel's Triple Mash blended straight whiskey. That one's looking interesting. It's a blend of 3 bonded whiskeys with pleasant notes of honey, malt, and soft oak, leading to a long-lasting, well-rounded finish. Interesting. So these just came out, and I didn't know that they were going to be part of the core lineup. I didn't know that they were going to be like here all the time, but apparently they are. I looked everything up on Forbes. Well, I just looked it up. I did a search for this after I brought it home because I was curious about it. And I read an article by Forbes that said that they were part of the permanent core lineup. So these aren't going to be something that you'll see in the store and then it'll probably disappear. These are going to be things that this should be relatively easy to get a hold of. So if you're looking to try it, by all means, if you like what you hear on this video. They're affordable too. One of these is $30. The other one was $33. I don't remember which one is which, but that is Ohio prices here in Canton, Ohio. Okay, I don't know what the price is going to be in your local area, but this is what it's like here. So I'm going to pour the Bonded. Let's take a sniff out of that. Smells good. It has that distinctive Jack Daniel's kind of paint thinner smell to it underneath. And I'm going to pour that in one of my tasting glasses. Then I'm going to go ahead and pour the Triple Mash. Let's see what this one smells like. Good cork on that one. Smells a little brighter. Smells a little sweeter. A little bit of sweetness in there. I'm going to pour that into my second tasting glass. See if I got the same amount of both of them. Pop that right back in. Now let's take a look at the colors. The colors are almost identical. They look very, very similar. If you guys can see that. Very, very similar. I can't see a whole lot of difference. I think the Bonded might be a little bit more red, a little bit darker. And the more I look at it, the more I can see that, yeah, it is actually darker. I don't know if you guys can tell from the video. Video colors tend to be a little bit different from real life. But, so again, this side is the bonded, this side is the triple mash. Okay? So let's give a taste of the bonded. Give it a sniff first. Clear those lungs out. Smells good, a little bit more caramelly. I don't think the cat approves of my whiskey right now. But it definitely has that that ethanol smell that you get from Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels is pretty well known for having that alcohol-y, like you can tell it's pretty heavy on the alcohol. So both of these 100 proof. Let's try the bonded. That's got a lot of fume. Ooh, that one hits you pretty hard. It's very viscous. Very viscous on the palate. Kind of oily. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a bad way. A lot of times you hear the word oily in reference to a something like a beverage, and you kind of think, that's kind of gross. But no, it's not like that. It's got like a stickiness that stays coating your mouth. Definitely tasting that trademark Jack Daniels numbing effect. It instantly starts numbing your tongue and things, making it difficult to compare to other things you're tasting. This has a bit of a brown sugar, very burnt sweet kind of taste, almost like a molasses, a little bit. Definitely deeper than standard Jack Daniels, but it is very fumy. It does hit you pretty hard right off the bat. Doing a shot of this is probably asking for trouble, so I do some sips of that. Should have got some water actually to clear the palate out a little bit, but I forgot. Forgot. I could reshoot the whole video, but I won't. I'm going to treat this as if it's still a live video, even though it isn't, because that's my style. So, a definite numbing effect. Kind of a dryness too, like it's making me want to swallow more. Like I would want some kind of water or something afterwards. Might be good with a burger. Might be very good with a burger, like a barbecue burger, Western burger or something. Maybe some barbecued ribs or something like that. Something very heavy, red meat. See if I can clean my palate a little bit. All right, let's try the sour mash, or the triple mash rather, and see how that treats us. Definitely smells sweeter. It definitely smells sweeter and a little bit lighter, but we'll see how it goes. A little more subtle on the fume. It's there, but it seems to be a little more subtle. Still getting the viscous kind of oiliness. It does cling to the inside of your mouth. I'm getting that numbing effect, but not to the same extent. Now that could just be because I already got that hit real hard from the bonded, but it could also be just part of how the triple mash is. The triple mash is a bit more subtle. It's got a bit deeper of a flavor to it. It actually is, it smells sweeter, but it tastes less sweet. It tastes a little bit more on the sour, so it's lending some accuracy to the whole sour mash kind of sound. To make sure my cat doesn't climb out the window here. Yeah, it kind of lingers a bit too. Like it lingers on the palate more as a taste than that ethanol effect, that numbing effect. And again, that could just be because it was the second bottle I had. Maybe if you reversed them, you might get a little bit different of taste. But so far, I think the bonded is more of a kick in the mouth, whereas the triple mash is a bit more sophisticated. Now, neither one is quite as smooth as like Gentleman Jack, something like that, or like Yukon Jack. Whew, pardon me, but they hit like the single barrel, does, which would make sense because these are both essentially single barrel whiskeys. I'm not sure which one I like more. I kind of like the punch you get from the bonded, but I like that the triple mash is a little more subtle and doesn't overwhelm you as much with that alcohol taste that Jack Daniel's is known for. So they both have their strong points and they both have their pros and cons. And the price point's pretty good. The price point again is $30 and $32. Again, I don't remember which one is which. I could go check the receipt, but again, I don't want to have to reshoot the whole video. I'm doing this as if it was live. It's how I roll. So, which is why I didn't clear any of my cats out of this room. And they're currently chirping around, kind of wondering what I'm doing. So, so there you go. That's Jack Daniel's 2 new permanent additions to the core line. They're going to have them all the time. I'm kind of interested because since they're to be bottled in bond, they have to be crafted in a single season. And I have to wonder because unless where they're being made in is and stored in the barrels is always 100% climate controlled all the time and there's no deviation, then you're going to get some kind of differences because of temperature and things. And I'm wondering if maybe each year these might taste a little bit different. Even though they're going to be bottled the same, even though they're going to be labeled the same, they're not going to have, like, this is the 2022 version, next year's the 2023 version. They're not going to have that differentiation. So I kind of wonder if it's going to come into play that they're going to have a different taste every year anyway. I would almost want to buy like a bottle each year and compare to the previous years if I can keep myself from draining the bottle, which I don't think the cat believes me. I think he'll know that I'll just go through the bottle rather than save it. But you never know. I might have the willpower. We'll see how it goes. Because these are in a good price point, then I might generally stock up on a bunch of them. Not because they're rare or because I think they'll sell out, but because it might be worth doing so. Because they're not bad. They're a cut above the standard Jack Daniels, which is why I like them. I like having a little bit more flavor. Standard Jack Daniels, I don't know. I don't get as much of the flavor from that. I get a lot of the alcohol taste, and that's what I know them for. Most of the time, straight Jack Daniels for me is a mixer. Whereas other bourbons and things have more flavor, like Maker's Mark is really fiery and really burns the throat, but it has a definite flavor to it. Whereas things like Jack Daniels and Jim Beam is kind of guilty of this too. There's a heavy alcohol taste as opposed to an actual flavor of what they were going for in the mash, and so it's hard to, that's why it's kind of in a lower price point, because it doesn't have a huge flavor and things. And my lighting keeps changing because I've got a screensaver from my streaming TV thing. I don't want to say what kind of TV it is because I don't know if that's going to be like a ding for trademark. My generic streaming TV service has a screensaver when I'm not actually watching anything, and it keeps switching, so it keeps whatever. You guys don't care, do you? Get back to the alcohol. So yeah, that's the new Jack Daniel's expressions. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube, and I'll check in with you guys next time. I'm still going to do the Highland Parks that I've been promising I've been going to do for months, any day now. And then I'll catch up with you guys next time. So until then, cheers.